Good morning everybody, how have we all been? Sorry, I'm just getting set up here to leave. I'm just in Apple Green, Castle Bellingham, and I'm trying to get the focus working on me. Hello! I've banged up my shoulder, bruv, not even gonna lie, yeah. How are we all doing, guys? It is so good to be back filming a video again. I can't really explain why I haven't been around, but I haven't been around for a reason, so I can't really apologise for it, to be honest with you. But today is a good day. Today is always a good day because we're back filming. It's bright at 7:30, which is always great, and it's just going to be a marvellous day. And also, I'm in a brand spanking new Renault T-High, and I have it for a couple of days, as far as I know. Renault asked us would we like to test it, and I absolutely would ideally love to test it, because you might have seen my T-High video maybe over a year ago now, actually, that I filmed that video. Just make sure you can see me. There we go. Yeah, so I filmed that video over a year ago now, and basically I saw it. I was never really happy about it. I filmed it last minute. I got asked to take it to Limerick, and I said, right, it's a perfect opportunity to film it. However, I didn't have a trailer on, I didn't have a load on, I didn't have anything with me, so it was a really bland test. It was more of a first drive than a test, you know, that kind of way. 25 tonne on the back of it, for liquid. So not only do I have 25 tonne of liquid on it, I'm going up to Belfast to deliver that, and after that I have to head across to Omagh to load the full load back. So on the route that we're going to Belfast is motorway the whole way up, but across to Strabane is empty, and then from Strabane, Omagh direction back down towards where I'm going is all hills and towns and short runs. So I've reset the trip computer. I'm doing a fuel consumption measure on it. I have it in cruise control the whole way up to Belfast here now. I'm going to stick on cruise right there now, and basically, yeah, I'm going to test out how it goes, because I know I put this up on Instagram and Snapchat last night, and if you hadn't had it be on either of those, they'll both be on the screen now. I put them both on Snapchat and Instagram last night, and I'm not joking, my inbox has gone nuts. I think I got 150 messages between the two platforms about this truck. It's absolutely gorgeous, to be fair, isn't it? What's your opinion on it? Do you like the light bars and stuff like that on it? Personally, I do like it. Aaron Clark is the man responsible for putting the bars the way they are and choosing the colour, etc, etc. He sells at Renault, so if you're in the market for a T-High, he's the man to get in contact with. I'll leave his number down below in the description. We're in this T-High today, and it's really well spec'd out, I have to say. It's the spec I'd have if I was to buy one. So I will talk to you in a little bit when I get a bit further up the road, and I'll give you a cab tour, because this cab is different to the last one I drove. Right, so I'm just planning my next journey here, right? So I'm going from Belfast to Strabane, roughly. And this truck has the TomTom, I don't know what it's called, to be honest. The TomTom sat nav, where you enter in your height and your dimensions and all that sort of stuff. So it's a truck nav. So very, 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 very good. I'm happy to have this and give it a go. I put it in, that's obviously the best way to go. 4.65 height, like you could go around and down that way, or up to Derry and then back down, but that's obviously the quickest, fastest way for someone that's my height. So that's grand. I'm gonna give this a bash, and I'll do a cab tour later on, right? That's the general consensus of it. I will show you in detail later on once I get this stuff done, because it's important that I get this done early. So yeah, so I'm just in the second place getting loaded now, which is always a good thing, because I'm actually flying it today, to be honest. Going a lot quicker than I thought it would be. I've had a couple of questions sent in, and my focus there. Basically, I'm gonna answer all the questions that he's asked me. I actually asked for about, I asked for a lot of questions about 2 weeks ago, and I tried to film a video, but I was just too tired, too moany, and I was like, nah. I did video, like not one that you'd want to see. I asked for a couple of questions on Snapchat last night. If you don't know me, Snapchat, there it is there. Add me on it straight away. There's over 2,000 people on it now, so that's our Hurricane 01 says, what sort of lights is that light bar on the roof? You're on about the square or the rectangular LED bars. Yeah, they're rectangular LED bars. I'm not sure what the light bar is itself. It could be a Kelsa bar or it could be a Bragan bar. I have no idea. To be honest, I don't even have the spec sheet of this lorry. I never even asked for it because you don't really need it, put it that way. Yeah, so they're square or rectangular LED bars. They're actually fairly cheap, to be honest. I think one of those bars at the top is only like 50-60 quid. Fairly reasonable considering how bright they are. Dara 530 asks, is it any different to your own yoke? If you're referring to the premium, yes, massively different. Everything about it is different. And the other 171, I think you mean the 191, would you recommend one to do content work in? First of all, it's the same platform as the T range that I drove in the video a couple of videos back. However, it is completely different. It's a complete flat floor, so you can walk from one side to the other. There's no dips, lips or bumps. Far more comfortable because these are leather seats. So this truck has the comfort pack. If you know, the comfort pack is leather seats, leather steering wheel, and a fridge, I think. I actually don't know. I don't know it. So don't quote me on any of this stuff. If you want a real review of one of these lorries, go to Stavros or someone else. I don't know. I'll just give you a brief run around of what the truck looks like. And Dara, for your question, would I recommend it for content work? Of course I would. Nothing wrong with it at all. Gearbox in it is smooth as silk, really is. If I was to buy one of these personally, or we were to get one, it'd have to be a 520. The 480 is plenty of poke in it, plenty of torque, but why would you not have a 520? Like, sure, it's, you know what I mean? They're there. Why would you? If you're gonna buy a 480, why wouldn't you just buy a 520? Tiny bit difference in the price. No, it wouldn't be a whole lot in it. Curtis B asks, money aside, your dream truck and wife. I don't know. If I had like a ball of money, I'd probably buy one of those American Peterbilts, you know, one of those big long bullnose and a massive cab. It's basically like a motorhome on wheels. Sean O'Hara, can I have a shout out, and when are you going into your house? Yeah, a lot of questions about the house actually as well. To be honest, I don't know when I'm going into the house. It's in the hands of the solicitors now. Apparently the boundary lines of the house where it's situated have changed in the last couple of months while they were doing the house up. The person who owned it was renovating it, so that takes a bit of time. God knows. I'm hoping it to be the end of March. Fingers crossed. That's when I want it to be in. I'm not holding my breath because I know these things do take time, so I'm not getting my hopes built up for it. What is your favourite music to listen to in the truck? Dermot O'Driscoll asks. I don't know actually, Dermot, to be honest with you. I like everything. Like, I listen to rock and roll. My favourite artist, I don't know. Dermot Kennedy. All you know, I listen to Dermot Kennedy all the time. He's an unbelievable Irish artist. If you don't know who he is, you need to get to know him. Listen to a few of his tracks, they're unbelievable. Baxter, how does the T-High vary from the premium? The T-High is massively better than the premium, Baxter. The premium is really outdated. It's massively outdated. The headlights are crap. There's no flat floor in it. There's not a lot of room around the driver's area, especially for me. I'm 6'1.5" or 2" or whatever. I don't know. I'm over 6 foot anyway. Not really comfortable. There's no storage. Like, there is above in the lockers, but like, in order to get up to them, you have to move. Like, you have to stand on the driver's seat and then, like, you know, lean on things. And honest to God, I really did like my premium, but now I'm so sick of it now. Honest to God, it's doing me head in a lot. I don't like giving out about things, and like I've been in that truck for 8 months now. Actually, it literally just ticked over. I've done 100,000 kilometers in it, like literally 2 days ago before I got into this. So like, me time is nearly over in that truck, I hope. The only really thing I do not like about the T ranges are the steering column positions. Like, one is either too far away, or if it's like leaning towards you, it's like, you know, you have to stretch your arms out. Like, I don't have 10-foot arms, you know what I mean? Like, I do make it manageable. Look, I do make it manageable, and it's fine. That's literally the only thing I have to give out about it, because everything else works. Everything else is really nicely finished. What else? I don't know. Yeah, I love this truck. Next question, Jay Talbot. Would you rather a new shape Volvo or Renault? Interested as I work on the new Volvos. Mr. Talbot, I don't know. Probably have a Volvo because of the steering column. But like, you know yourself, there is a difference in price and it's quite significant as far as I know. Like the Volvos are good, they're a good truck, you know. I'm looking at a really nice 540 actually right now, XL cab, all red, chassis painted red, is really nice. It's a 2015, so it is like the new shape. But like, I don't really care, you know, that kind of way. Like, I do love trucks and stuff, but I just don't care. Like, you put me in something like this that's different, you don't see like nice ones a lot. Has everything I want, has the touchscreen tablet here with Unreal sat nav, that's the TomTom system. I know you don't really need sat nav in Ireland, and I actually used it the whole way over here from Belfast to here. Worked magnificently, brought me the correct way, nothing happened, blah blah blah. You don't really need it, it's near enough straight the whole way, but however, I just used it just for the sake of using it because it has it. What horsepower? It's 480 horsepower. Adam Master, Adam C from Scotland. Freedom! So before my little meeting, I have to go to the bathroom and I need a coffee. So perfect time for a piss stop. Look at me, little camera. That's my new angle, by the way. If you like it, whatever, get at me. Ah, that's a sexy Renault. I don't care what anyone says, yeah. Ah, and Aaron, you got it right with the stickers. You definitely did. Oh, she's sexy. Very, very nice. Lads, I had one of those moments where I wish I had a camera in there, yeah. I walked into the shop and some fella and his missus were like arguing in the shop. They weren't arguing real loud, but they were arguing, yeah. Your one goes, oh, can you get me a tea over there? Can you get me a tea? Obviously his wife or whatever. And he goes over to the coffee machine. He stands there and I'm standing there. I'm making a coffee and they're looking at him. I'm just thinking nothing of him. And he looks at the coffee machine and he shouts out real loud, you know, when you don't realise that you're talking real loud and he's probably meant to be shouting at her or arguing with her or whatever, and he goes, what's tea? A flat white, is it? Oh my god, lads, I nearly died. How I held back the laughter, I don't know. I was like, as soon as he said, I was like, deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths, don't laugh. And everyone in the shop looked and smirked, and then he got real annoyed and he was like, oh, we're not getting a tea, and he stormed off out of the shop. So he has now left the shop tealess. And he's now learned that a flat white is not tea. Oh, that was funny. That was gas. So you would have seen the outside of the Renault T there parked up. I'm just in the service station here in Monaghan. The Circle K there, just on the way out of town. So now, actually I'll give you a quick update, right? I was driving the Renault down some hills there, coming out, a lot of you will know Ballygalway Hill, or Ballygawley Hill. Just outside Alma there, coming in towards Auckland, and Renault handled it, not a bother. Stick the retarder on full whack, and I barely even need to touch the brakes. And now in my premium, right, set fire to a set of brakes a couple of weeks ago. Literally set fire. I know it's not a real comparison, you know, comparing a 7-year-old truck with this one, but just to give you some comparison, I didn't need to touch the brakes in a brand new lorry, but I nearly set brakes on fire on it was a brand new trailer as well. Well, they didn't go on fire, they were smoking. Like, actually, adjust the air before I drive off, because it's not old, and I nearly set the brakes on fire. They were smoking like a bastard. And there's a brand new Honda Civic Type R just after pulling in, yeah? Brand spanking new. And guess who's driving it? Not a young fella, not a fella my age. A fella I'd say in his 60s. So, meeting adjourned. All positive news. If you know where that is, that's where I was just having a meeting. So, time to get in this lorry and bring it back down the road, and I'm going to continue this video tomorrow. So, I don't get knocked down here. Right, let's go. On everybody, it's day 2 of the test of the Renault T. I'm just in the part here, about ready to get my new tank on and go up the road. So, day 2 of the test. It's very early in the morning. I need a coffee sleep time. So we've just got a coffee, and we've got, there's more lads looking at the T range. This T range gets savage looks everywhere it goes. No matter who you are, if you're 6 or if you're 60, everyone always says that looks class, and it does. It looks unreal. It looks. Do you know what? I'm gonna call this truck the Stormtrooper, because that's exactly what it is. It's getting more looks than the Scania would, put it that way. I am off to swap this trailer with my trailer for the north. I'm going back to Belfast again. And a lot of you are probably wondering, why am I doing a 2-day video and usually a video that takes a day? That's because I think this truck deserves a second day. I think I need to come back at it again and say, right, similar load, similar place, except I won't be backloading today. I'll be going down the road empty. And then I'll have nearly done 1,000 kilometers, and then I can tell you over the whole 1,000 kilometers exactly what it did on the fuel, how much fuel it had, etc, etc. Pretty quiet in Dublin Port here this morning. I know it's Friday now, but it's really quiet. Basically, these tanks test everything in a truck, right? And you know, I know you can say, oh, you can haul this and all that. No, I'll tell you, the tank will determine whether the truck is good or not, right? So basically, you're carrying 26 tons, it's constantly moving. They're a short, heavy trailer. They move side to side, they test the comfort, they shake, they rattle, they pull, they push, they do everything, like, you know, they really do test the truck to its absolute limit. So it's only fitting that these are the circumstances in which it's tested. Now I'm not going to go into great detail to test the truck. You would have seen yesterday that I'm basically messing most of the time, but I'm going to be a bit serious here. So on the back roads, right, this truck is completely level on air, so that means it's constantly adjusting. And when you're on the back roads, like in the premium for instance, which isn't on air, it's only on 2 bags on the back. I'm not sure if this is 4 on the bags on the back or steel, but I'll check that out in a few minutes. But it handles really well. It's really sturdy, even through corners, like even max, like a slight bend, you can only take them at about 60 kph with one of these tanks on, because you go over 60 kph and then maybe you're going around the corner and the road is dipped out slightly or cambered on the ditch side of the road, you're gonna go into the ditch 100%. You can't stop it. You try and counteract it, you will flip 100%. I've seen it happen. It can happen. I've had terrifying moments myself where you think, oh my god, that's it. You know what I mean? I'm in the ditch. I'm gone. Even last night, I was on my way back from Kingscourt, right? And if anyone knows the road from Kingscourt to Navan, yeah, when you come out of Kingscourt, the road on from the Kingscourt side dips like that. I'm not joking, and I didn't even know that. I had a full tank on and I was doing about 50, 60 kph, and it just dipped, and I was like, that's it, I'm gone, you know, I'm gone. I didn't know, because I'd never driven the road, and especially when you haven't driven the road in the dark, it's twice as bad. But anyway, besides all that, the truck handles really, really well. Even with that dip last night, it coped really well. Like, you could feel the air being pumped up more because it felt it going down. So it was really encouraging to drive something like that. Even this road I'm on here, it's between it's Kilmoon Cross and the League. Drogheda direction, which I'm heading up to go towards Belfast. This road, it's a relatively perfect road, but there is dips and bumps on it, and I know you can see the camera shaking here now, but trust me, it's at least 50% more stable than the premium. Just crossing the border. Well, I've crossed the border there, but just a second ago. But I'm just coming into Newry here, so I'm going to show you the retarder working on this truck in particular, right? Because I've been using it like a lot. I didn't even realise that you could use. I didn't think it was that strong, to be honest, right? Until I put a full tank on it and I tested it down a hill, and it's really good. I have nothing to compare it to, because I haven't driven a new gen Scania. I haven't driven. I've driven one new Volvo, but like around the yard. So if the Volvo or the Scania or any of its competitors can compete up with this, can compete with this retarder. Hats off to them because it's really good. Who was it? Denison Commercials. They never really have anything nice there. They're always just plain. It must be a fleet dealership or, you know, a lease place or whatever. Because you don't see many nice ones. Like, you see loads of O'Reillys on one side and a few other trucks like that, but you never really see any nice stuff in there. Right, so this doesn't look like much of a hill, but it's fairly steep. And then once you go over this crest and past this hill, it gets even steeper. So that's the retarder on now at 88 kilometers, 87. This is going down a really steep hill. Anyone that drives this knows how steep this hill is. Down to 86. Sitting at 86 comfortably going down this big hill. Now I'll turn that off for a second. There's the train station up there on the left hand side. And now this is the really steep hill here now, coming over this crest. I said this drops about 200 foot in height, this hill. About 100 foot in height. And then it goes up to another massive hill over the other side, so. Right, turn the retarder on here now, sitting at 89. You hear the retarder doing its work and you can actually feel it pulling you back. It's the start of the hill here now. If that each in the ridge it wasn't in front of me, you'd be able to see a bit clearer. But yeah, sitting at 84 kilometers an hour, no braking involved whatsoever. My foot is not on the brake. It's doing 85 in 10th gear. Amazing. Honestly, like, if you were in the premium and you tried to put on your retarder, it would not do that for you, honest to God. It would keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Just goes to show you the advances in modern technology is actually unreal. Oh God. Just pulled into Lisburn Services. Gonna get another coffee, possibly a Greg's sausage roll. I'm gonna try and get in an hour here before Vows will come in and try and finger me. There's competition there. 540 XL cab FH. Not exactly exact contender, but very close to it. Ask me what do my videos consist of? Well, majority of the time he's going in and out of fucking petrol stations. Other than that, he does fuck all else. The live trucks. Now, I'm probably seeing spit come flying out of my mouth. Key goods. Yeah, did you see that FH? Basically, that would be competition for this. It near enough be that lorry itself. Probably not the 540, maybe the 500 would be a bit more on par with this particular lorry. LW Surfils always have a nice fleet anyway. That's who that truck belonged to. So yeah, that would be direct comparison to this truck, and that one's really well kitted out and painted and all the rest of it. So that's what you'd be up against. However, we're not in a Volvo, we're in a Renault. Oh my days. Literally just as before I started recording, yeah. Why is this shit always happening to me? Just before I started recording, I was looking at a fella that was beside me, and I don't know, I just, you know, when you glance at someone, they're parked next to it, I could see him. I could see him fart, right? I didn't know, obviously, I couldn't see him farting, but I seen him fart, and he just goes like this. Why is that on the window? And then he looked down and see me look at me, he was like, so it's time for a little cab tour. I'm going to show you the ins and outs of the inside of the Renault T. You're more than likely already know all this stuff if you watched the last video. So here we go. I'm going to give you a brief insight into what it is. First of all, I'm 6'2" and I have another foot of headspace, which is really nice. It's very rare you see that. Look, standing there with no shoes on. I'm after giving the inside of it a little bit of a clean out because it was a little dirty when I got it, but that's because it was in a quarry or something like that for a week or two. So anyway, here is the inside of the Renault T. So as we look around here, We have bed nighttime lights here. They come on separate to the main lights when you're in bed and you want to read a book or whatever, or when you're on the continent. They're lovely. The curtains, right? They're just the bed curtains. But the actual curtains here themselves have reflective, whatever that is on it, to keep the heat out as well as the darkness. So they're complete blackout blinds. Look, you can see literally nothing through those. Very, very good curtains, good idea. And what else do we have here? As Stavros would call it, the buttons. This is your nighttime controller, so when you're in bed you can control the radio, the lights, the phone calls. This is the sunroof. I can open that through here. Oh, this is the open one here. And with this, of course, it has no wind kit on top of it, so you can literally see outside. And there's a nice fly catcher there as well. So I'll close that there now. Perfect. So that's a handy little gizmo to have in the bed. Every one of them, like of the T range, have them. A bit of storage up there. Your two tweeter speakers are there. But best of all, out of this model one, especially the way this one is spec'd, no top bunk, drawers instead, which is a fantastic idea, especially if you're on your own. Obviously, if you're double driving with another lad, it's not ideal. But I don't think many companies really do that anymore unless you're coming from a really far away place. Plenty of room. You probably put your microwave over this side instead of on top here, because it's a bit more compact over this side. But you have plenty of room for the 3 bins, loads of stuff to put in them. It's a bit of plastic. What's going on here? Oh, this is your clipboard. No way. Where's that going to? I'll figure this out in a minute. I'll show you this. Close those free. Now, if we sit down on the bed, we have the full dash here. Very similar. Well, it is. It's the same dash as any other normal T range. I have the night here going there just to test it out for a few minutes. We have a drawer here, which is always handy. You can try your sunglasses, and usually what I do is I put my phone in there instead of there, because when like my phone's so big and heavy, that thing just moves around a lot, so it's really distracting. So I just throw the phone in there while she's on charge. Now, hindrances. Basically, right, as I said, we'll come back for the second day review, and I actually have a few more things that I don't really like about it. Right, number one, there should be 2 cup holders. All right, that's an issue. Not a major issue now. These are only little things. It is an issue. It's quite annoying. In the door there, you will fit bottles in there, but you can't put a can or a cup of coffee in there, because if you open and close the door, it splatters all over it. I know, because it happened to me earlier. That's why I had to go get these. And what else do we have on the inside of it? Yeah, that's kind of annoying, along with the steering column, also very annoying. What else do we have here that I can show you? These are just little storage lockers. That's your service history book. I'll put my card in there. It's nice that that's lockable as well. You can throw your expensive gear in there. That's for the camera system. There's a camera-matic system on this lorry. Basic cameras all around the truck. And what else do we want to show you? Yeah, I'll show you what's on the buttons. That's your drop axle, optimum traction, whatever that is. That's the hill start. That's your automatic retarder. I'm presuming that's a diff lock. Engine warmer. Don't know what that means. Don't know what that. Oh, that's to build your revs, actually. Yeah, no, never mind. And your movable fifth wheel, which is handy. What else do we have here? These are your lights. So these are your night lights. Turns into a very sexy red. I really like that. It's really nice when you're just driving down the road, a bit of ambience behind you, and you don't have to have any light bars or anything like that that's reflecting out the windscreen. I really like that. Most trucks do have red lights up on top, but that's just, well, it's pretty sexy, isn't it, really? And that's all it really. There's not too much to it. I'll show you the fridge. The fridge is actually huge. So again, you have a bit of storage alongside the fridge. The fridge isn't white, it's just a plastic cover. So you have your fridge freezer there. Freezer's there in the back. There's your fridge. And what else do we have in here? Do we have stuff under the bunk? We do. Hang on, I have to move my chair forward to hit my head. and that's what the storage looks like under the bed. Big container there, big container there. They obviously go into your side lockers on the side of the lorry, which are great because you need all that room. You really do if you want to put some cleaning stuff in it. Just if you have a lot of stuff with you, you need this much space in your side lockers, and the Premium just doesn't have that. Doesn't have any space at all. I know it's not the T range model or anything, but it's really annoying. That's all my crap there. Please discard this. I like this. That'll be nice on the driver's seat. Can you put it on the driver's seat actually? No. Right. I will concede that the Volvo is a more thought out. That sounds weird me saying that. Thought out lorry. Like, it is more driver focused. There is a few more creature comforts in it. Like the way things are placed and stuff is a bit better. But for the price difference, is it really worth it? You know, like, you have to think about this from an owner's perspective. If you're buying in fleets, it's all about who gives you the best deal and the best service, you know. But if you're an owner driver, you have to really take these things into consideration. Like, put it this way, if a Volvo is just say even 10 grand more than this Renault, that's 10 grand more that you have to pay interest on. Do you get what I mean? Especially if you're financing the lorry, if you're not buying them out straight. So yeah, I don't know, it's a lot to think about. I don't think personally that the Volvo markets the extra cash. I think if you got a 520 one of these, I think you're winning, really. Looks the part, does everything it's supposed to do. Yeah, I really like this truck. There's only the small couple of things with the lack of cup holders. Like, there's no cup holder for the passenger side, which is wrong. You know, there should be one over here. And but that's literally the only bad marks I have to say about it. Anything else is just it's just personal preference, really. Right, so here we go. It keeps going back to digital radio for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that. Right, so this is your audio basically. So you have the app called Deezer, you have DAB radio, AM, F. I don't even know why. Whoa! Ah! Right, shut up. I don't know what that happened there. So that's your audio, yeah, AM, FM. I don't know why they have AM. Who listens to AM, like, you know, apart from astronauts. This is your phone. Basically, you know, that's your phone. My phone is not connected to it. Who is Brian? Go away, Brian. This is your navigation. Sorry, I'll get it over here so this is a bit less shine. Show, enter details. See, it's the TomTom system. Absolutely brilliant system. You can put in your height and dimensions. I'll actually go through that here now. No, I'm doing this wrong. Right, I'm making an arse this. I'll make enter destination. Aha, no, I don't. I'll do Dublin. Right, Dublin, Ireland. Arbor Hill, that's where we're going to. Drive. Right, so here, this is the most important part. Look, you can put in dimensions, so your length, width and height. So 18.75 in length, I'm presuming that's meters. 255 width, that's 2 meters 55 centimeters, and 4.65 meters high. Weight, gross tons, 40 tons. Gross and axle, so 9 ton on the axle. Max speed 89. So no hazardous materials. Well, I wonder whether you can change this. Explosive materials. There we go. That's more like it. Boom. Let's go. So it pulls you up the route. Obviously, this is going to be fairly common. It's straight down the motorway, but it's really quick and really easy to use. You know what I mean? Like, there's no let's go. Straight away. Boom. That's you there. Probably show me where I am. Shouldn't be showing you that. But that's it. It's really, really simple. There's the camera systems. So that's me left, that's me right. What else do we have here? Settings, Wi-Fi, mobile data network. So you can turn on Wi-Fi in this. That's cool. So anyway, absolutely smashing system. Really, really like it. Really simple to use. Really nice touch. Like, anytime you touch something, there's no messing. Like, straight away, boom, boom. Like, you know, there's no delay, there's no lag, nothing. It's all perfect. As soon as you touch it, up, no messing. I really like this system. Miles better than the old one. This is going to be a long video. You can already tell. Plenty of space down there for me boots. Plenty of space here at the side for me gloves, blah blah blah. Lovely leather seats. So yeah, that is the interior of the Renault T-High. basically I'm in Portorow again, nothing new there, and the queue I'm in is the biggest queue in the place, so we'll be here a little while. But yeah, I'm sitting here now waiting to get out of here, right? But it's actually interesting now that I say that. I actually have done 1,000 kilometers in this lorry now. It's sitting at 962 kilometers. By the time I get back to the yard, it will be 1,000. It's saying that it's done 39 litres to 100 kilometers, which to be honest isn't bad, considering the weight it's pulling every day of the week, and it hasn't been empty once. Not once has it been empty. Only bouncing down the road today was it empty. There was, I don't know why it doesn't show the trip, but there was 1,000 kilometers done there, just over 1,000 kilometers. Hang on, so I'll start this out here. Should show the trip meter. There we go. Yeah, so there we go. 1,030 kilometers, 403 litres used. Average speed 48 kilometers an hour. So we were not hanging around at all. Make of that what you will. Time to say goodbye to the little Renault now. Close the window. Park her up. There we are. Yep. So, that concludes our test with the Renault T-High. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment down below what other trucks you'd like me to review, and we'll get to them. Thanks for watching.